Imagine a spacecraft, sleek and gleaming, hurtling through the infinite void of space, carrying a message from humanity to the stars. A message not just of who we are, but of what we dream, what we fear, and what we hope for in the vast cosmic ocean. In 1977, two such spacecraft, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, blasted off from Earth, each bearing a golden record, a time capsule etched with the heartbeat of our world. These records were humanity's bold attempt to whisper our existence to the universe, a cosmic postcard meant for any extraterrestrial finders in a future so distant it defies comprehension. But now, in 2025, as we stand on the cusp of new spacefaring dreams, a question burns brighter than a supernova. If we launched a Voyager 3 today, would we still send those golden records? Or would the relentless march of technology, the shocking risks of cosmic exposure, and the jaw-dropping possibilities of alien encounters demand something entirely new? Buckle up, because this journey through time, space, and human ambition is about to blow your mind. Let's rewind to the summer of '77. On August 20th, Voyager 2 roared into the sky, followed by Voyager 1 on September 5th. Their mission? To exploit a rare planetary alignment, slingshotting past Jupiter and Saturn to unravel the mysteries of our solar system's gas giants. But the mission evolved. Voyager 2's path was extended to Uranus and Neptune, while Voyager 1 took a detour past Saturn's enigmatic moon Titan, setting it on a trajectory out of the solar system's plane and into the uncharted abyss of interstellar space. Once Voyager 2 completed its grand tour of the outer planets, it too was destined for the stars, a one-way ticket to eternity. These weren't the first probes to venture beyond our cosmic backyard. In 1972 and 1973, Pioneer 10 and 11 blazed trails to Jupiter and Saturn, each carrying a modest metal plaque, a simple calling card with Earth's coordinates, and a sketch of humanity, just in case some cosmic traveler stumbled upon them. The Voyagers, however, aimed higher. Their golden records were no mere plaques. They were audacious, heartfelt love letters to the universe, curated to tell the story of Earth in sounds, images, and words. Picture this: 115 images capturing humanity's essence, families, landscapes, scientific diagrams. Greetings in 55 languages, from Akkadian to Zulu, echoing the diversity of our voices. Natural sounds like crashing waves, chirping birds, and the crackle of thunder. Musical selections spanning Beethoven to Chuck Berry, a testament to our cultural soul. Even messages from world leaders were etched onto these discs, a snapshot of our hopes and fears in the late 20th century. These records, mounted on the Voyager's exteriors, were encoded as analog waveforms, scanned like old CRT TVs with 512 vertical lines. Why analog? Because in the 1970s, digital storage was in its infancy, and a phonograph record, gold-plated copper, not vinyl, was the most durable, universal way to compress a world's worth of data into a single, timeless artifact. But here's where it gets wild. The Golden Records weren't just a feel-good project. They were a calculated gamble, a defiant act of optimism in the face of cosmic indifference. Some argued it was reckless. Why broadcast our location to potentially hostile aliens? The counter-argument is staggering in its simplicity. The Voyagers are slow, moving at 56,000 to 61,000 kilometers per hour. They're crawling compared to light speed. To reach Proxima Centauri, the nearest star at 4.2 light-years away, would take 77,000 to 84,000 years. And they're not even headed that way. First, they'll drift through the Oort cloud, a distant shell of icy bodies encircling our solar system, a journey that'll take 20,000 years alone. That's longer than modern humans have existed, go back 20,000 years, and we were carving tools in the Stone Age. Fast forward 20,000 years, assuming we dodge self-inflicted catastrophes or cosmic calamities, and humanity could be a spacefaring civilization, our technology unrecognizable, our ambitions galactic. This mind-bending timescale reveals a shocking truth. If aliens find the Voyagers in our lifetime, they're already here, lurking in our solar system. The records aren't a beacon to summon extraterrestrials. They're a relic for a future so distant that Earth itself might be gone. In billions of years, when our sun swells into a red giant and engulfs our planet, the Voyagers will still be drifting, carrying humanity's echo into the void. But here's the kicker. Those golden records face a gauntlet of cosmic dangers. Interstellar dust, solar wind, and high-energy cosmic rays from supernovae and black holes will batter them relentlessly. Each impact chips away at the gold-plated copper, like sandblasting on an atomic scale. Over billions of years, the records could erode into illegibility, their message lost to the ravages of space. To shield the records, engineers crafted an aluminum cover plated with uranium-238, a material denser than lead, blocking X-rays, gamma rays, and cosmic radiation 5 times more effectively. This cover doubles as an infographic, with pictograms showing how to play the record using the included stylus and the correct speed, 16 2/3 RPM, slower than a standard 33 RPM vinyl to pack in more data. The uranium also serves as a cosmic clock. Any advanced civilization finding the probe could measure the ratio of uranium to its decay products to estimate the record's age. It's a brilliant, almost poetic solution, turning a protective shield into a universal instruction manual. But the Voyager's paths diverge, and that's where things get even crazier. Voyager 1 oscillates more dramatically above and below the galactic plane than Voyager 2, exposing it to denser clouds of interstellar dust. Calculations suggest that in 30,000 years, both probes will pass within 150 astronomical units, 3 times the distance from the Sun to Pluto, of a star like Ross 248, a red dwarf. By the time they complete one orbit of the Milky Way in 500 million years, Voyager 1's cover might be more eroded than Voyager 2's, its legibility compromised. Yet both records are projected to endure for 5 billion years, until the Milky Way collides with the Andromeda Galaxy. At that point, there's a 1 in 5 chance the probes could be ejected into intergalactic space, where cosmic rays pose an even greater threat. Trillions of years from now, they might drift through a universe of white dwarfs, neutron stars, and black holes, their golden records a faint whisper of a long, dead world. Now let's fast forward to 2025. If we launched a Voyager 3 today, would we stick with the Golden Record's retro charm, or would our cutting-edge tech demand a radical rethink? The 1970s were a different era. No internet, no smartphones, no cloud. Data storage was clunky, limited to analog formats like vinyl or magnetic tape. Today, we have mind-blowing options. Take fused quartz, the most resilient storage medium we've got. Using femtosecond lasers, we can etch data onto nanoscale layers within a 12-centimeter quartz disk, storing up to 360 terabytes enough to hold entire libraries, high-resolution videos, or the collective works of humanity. These disks could last 14 billion years, outliving the universe's current age. Sounds perfect, right? Not so fast. Here's the jaw-dropping catch. Quartz storage requires insanely advanced tech to read. The data is encoded in 2 optical dimensions and 3 spatial coordinates at nanometer scales. Any alien civilization would need sophisticated optical systems to decode it, far more complex than spinning a record with a stylus. We could send an electronic reader along, but it would decay long before the quartz, rendering the data inaccessible. The Golden Records' genius lies in its simplicity. Its analog format and pictographic instructions make it universally accessible to any civilization with basic mechanical and optical knowledge. A quartz disk, while durable, risks being an unreadable enigma, defeating the whole purpose of saying, "We were here." But the question isn't just about durability, it's about what we'd say. The Golden Records were a product of their time, a snapshot of 1977 Earth. They captured a world before the internet, before climate change dominated headlines, before AI reshaped our lives. If we crafted a new message for Voyager 3, what would it include? Would we still send images of families, animals, and landscapes, or would we upload terabytes of Wikipedia, social media feeds, or virtual reality simulations of Earth? Would we include the chaos of our digital age, the memes, the viral videos, the endless scroll of our online lives? Or would we focus on our triumphs, like curing diseases, exploring Mars, or harnessing renewable energy? The choices would spark fierce debates, each reflecting our values, fears, and hopes for how we're remembered. And then there's the emotional weight. The Golden Records weren't just data, they were a love letter to the cosmos, crafted with passion and hope. The team behind them agonized over every image, every sound, every word, knowing they were speaking for all of humanity. A Voyager 3 record would need to carry that same heart. Imagine the tears shed as scientists select the final images, perhaps a photo of Earth from the James Webb Space Telescope, or a recording of a child's laughter in a language on the brink of extinction. The process would be a mirror, forcing us to confront who we are and what we stand for. Would we include the wars, the pandemics, the divisions, or would we emphasize our resilience, our art, our relentless curiosity? There's also a darker side to consider. In 2025, data privacy is a battleground. Every click, every post, every step we take is tracked, stored, and sold by data brokers, companies that profit from our personal information. Names, addresses, phone numbers, even our deepest preferences are up for grabs. If anyone can buy this data, it's a security risk, especially for those in sensitive roles, government officials, military personnel, or public figures. This is where our sponsor steps in. A service that's been helping people reclaim their privacy since 2010, operating across the US, UK, and Europe, makes it easy to remove your data from over 750 data brokers worldwide. You choose a plan, fill out a simple form, and they handle the rest, sending you regular reports on what data was found and removed. It's like shielding your own golden record from the cosmic noise of the internet. Visit their site or scan the QR code for a 20% discount and take control of your digital footprint today. Back to Voyager 3, let's talk tech. Beyond quartz, we could explore other storage options. DNA-based storage, for instance, can pack petabytes of data into a gram of material, stable for thousands of years. but reading it requires biochemical expertise, which might be even less universal than quartz's optical demands. Holographic storage could offer high capacity and durability, but again, it's complex to decode. Even if we sent a digital archive, we'd face the same problem as quartz. Any reader we include would degrade over millennia, leaving the data locked away. The Golden Record's analog simplicity sidesteps this trap. Its stylus and covered instructions are low-tech enough to be deciphered by any civilization capable of finding the probe. It's a humbling reminder that sometimes less is more. But what about the message itself? The Golden Records were a curated selection, limited by space and technology. Today we could send vastly more data, but would that dilute the message? Too much information risks overwhelming the recipient, like handing an alien a fire hose of human history. The original records were intimate, human scale, a mother nursing her child, a whale's song, a Bach fugue. A Voyager 3 record might tempt us to include everything, but curation is key. We'd need to balance the universal with the specific, the timeless with the timely. Perhaps we'd include the sound of a SpaceX rocket launch, a 3D scan of a coral reef, or a neural network's attempt at art. Each choice would be a statement, a gamble on what defines us. And then there's the cosmic context. The Voyager's records were designed for a universe we barely understood. In 2025, we know more about exoplanets, dark matter, and the Milky Way's future. We know our galaxy will merge with Andromeda in 4.5 billion years, potentially flinging Voyager 3 into intergalactic space. We know cosmic rays and micrometeoroids will test any storage medium to its limits. A new record would need to withstand these forces, just as the Golden Records were built to endure. But it would also need to speak to a universe we now know is teeming with possibilities. Over 5,000 exoplanets discovered, some potentially habitable. Would we tailor our message for these worlds, hoping for a civilization like ours? Or would we stick to the universal, assuming our finders are nothing like us? The emotional stakes are staggering. The Golden Records were a labor of love, a collective effort to distill humanity into a single artifact. A Voyager 3 record would carry that same weight, but with the added pressure of our modern world. We're more connected than ever, yet more divided. We've conquered smallpox and split the atom, but we've also warmed the planet and weaponized technology. What story would we tell? Would we be honest about our flaws, or would we polish our image for the stars? The process would force us to reckon with our legacy, to decide what we're proud of and what we regret. It's a gut punch of a question. If we had one chance to speak to the cosmos, what would we say? Let's not forget the practical side. The Golden Records were a triumph of engineering, but they weren't perfect. Only 12 copies exist, 2 in space, the rest in NASA archives. They're not vinyl, but gold-plated copper, playable, but at a custom speed. The stylus included is a nod to universality, but the record's exposure to space is a relentless test. Voyager 3 could leverage 21st century materials, perhaps graphene coatings or diamond substrates, for even greater durability. But the core challenge remains. How do you make a message that's both eternal and accessible? The Golden Record's answer was simplicity, and that might still be the best approach. A digital archive, while tempting, risks being a black box to an alien mind. A physical record with clear instructions bridges the gap between technology and timelessness. Now, let's zoom out. The Voyagers are more than probes. They're symbols of our audacity, our need to reach beyond our grasp. The Golden Records are a testament to that spirit, a bold declaration that we exist, that we matter. If we launched Voyager 3, the decision to include a golden record or something new would hinge on that same spirit. Would we trust in the analog elegance of 1977, or would we bet on the dazzling complexity of 2025? The choice is a mirror, reflecting our faith in ourselves and our place in the cosmos. It's a heart-wrenching, awe-inspiring challenge, one that demands we confront our past, our present, and our dreams for the future. So would we send a golden record with Voyager 3? Maybe. Its simplicity, durability, and universal appeal are hard to beat. But we might also hedge our bets, sending both an analog record and a digital archive, covering all bases for whatever civilization finds it. The record would be our heart, the digital archive, our mind. A dual legacy for a species that's both poetic and pragmatic. Whatever we choose, the act of sending it would be a declaration of hope, a refusal to let our story fade into the cosmic dark. So here's to Voyager 3, to the stars, and to the message we'd send. We are here, we are human, and we are reaching for you. Thank you for joining this cosmic journey. If this story of humanity's bold outreach to the stars moved you, share it with the world. Let's keep the conversation going, keep dreaming, and keep reaching for the infinite.